The PowerPoint comparison, Gate City in the 2A division across the state of Virginia had the toughest schedule in who they played. So I think they're going to interview Mr. Pollock here in just a few minutes next to us.
Let's take a break right here. We'll give you an opportunity and me an opportunity to we'll catch up on these scores right here. And there's a lot of scores coming in here except for the one, like you said, it's in the first quarter. But again, we want to thank everyone for listening in tonight. You're listening to the post-game show. We'll be on for the next few minutes as we finish up and go over tonight's game and next week's game. So again, the score here at Sullivan South tonight, South wins 28-13. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
I've been having pain in my knees and back, and nothing seems to help.
Call Premier Pharmacy.
I've been having hot flashes, feeling stressed, and have no energy. I wonder what's going on.
Call Premier Pharmacy.
I had breast surgery, and I want to do something about the scar.
Call Premier Pharmacy.
This has been the worst year for my allergies and sinuses.
Call Premier Pharmacy at 423-245-1022. Located at 109 Jack White Drive in Kingsport and accepting all insurances. Call to find out more or stop by for a free consultation.
Proudly representing Southwest Virginia in the House of Delegates for the last 24 years, Terry Kilgore continues to strive and work hard for others. Just like our Gate City Blue Devils proudly represents our school, our town, and community. Delegate Kilgore, a proud Gate City alumni himself, wants to thank the residents of the 1st District for their trust and support over the years as he's continued to voice our needs and concerns in Richmond to make our region a tremendous place to live and work. And on behalf of Delegate Kilgore and his family and staff, they say, go Big Blue.
Again, you're listening to the post-game show here on Gate City Sports Radio. 28-13 is the final here. We're at Death Valley. Got to, of course, Sullivan South coaches and player of the game, Luke Pollock, is up here being interviewed next to us. But
I was talking to Luke. He'll try to come over here and talk to us a little bit. I mean, we were worried about Luke Pollock's arm right there, and I was just talking to him how his legs is what did us in tonight and in tonight's game. So tonight's been was a really good game in 80% of it, but we've got to put 100% into a game to pull it out, and we just don't have any room for errors. And 2 of our errors came back to haunt us tonight, and that's really what it came back to.
Final. We've got a final from Rye Cove, Hancock County. That game is final 28-0. The Eagles get their first victory of the season. Davy Crockett has exploded on Gibbs. They're exacting the revenge on them. 48-21. They have scored 28 points unanswered as in that ball game. So again, we've got the scores coming in fast and furious right now. Union again up over Letcher County, 34-0. Grundy has defeated 11 and 43-14. Happy Valley still leading Unicoi County. That game in the fourth quarter, 27-14. Greenville and Science Hill, that game is officially final, 42-0. The Hilltoppers shut out for the first time in quite a while.
Yes.
Graham and Giles, Graham all over Giles, 28-13. Again, as we talked about, Johnson County with a 27-20 lead. That game within 5 minutes of the close of that game. Bradford has beat Fort Chiswell 26-6. And that's the one that's got us going so far. Let's see, that game is actually went final. Union is defeated Letcher County 34-7. That is now a final.
Was that game at Union or across the state line?
It was at Union again. They played at Big Stone Gap tonight. So, of course, most of Union opened up the season 3 weeks away from. Or the first 2 weeks, 4 of their first 6 are on the road, including the one at Gate City in a couple weeks. But then they come home and they finish out the season 3 at home, and of course they don't lose at Bullock Park. So,
we'll be glad to have them at home. But first things first, we've got to take care of business next week against a very staunch, a very well coached Daniel Boone team who has they've played some rough teams this year. They've already played Elizabethton, I believe. They're
playing them tonight. It was only 14-0. Daniel Boone, which beat this South team to start the season. Of course, in that ball game, South outgained Daniel Boone. So. We talk about, sometimes the score is a little bit deceptive. and that's the only loss that against South Scott is against that Daniel Boone group. So, but really quick, again, we do want to name, I want to appreciate Delegate Terry Kilgore, his Blue Devil of the Game Award. The award is separate from our other awards. It's to honor a special player who you may not read about in the papers or see on TV. It's not the scores or the stats. Again, this award is an honor that Delegate Kilgore would like to bestow on a player who embodies the characteristics he takes to Richmond every year. The determination to be a true team player, putting the needs of the team above his own, and again, working tirelessly to make sure that the main goal of success is reached and to achieve making everyone around him better. Again, tonight, you know, we've got to give it to Mr. Luke Reed, number 10. He had 13 carries for 48 yards, but again, that was that huge 61-yard touchdown early in the ball game. Again, gave getting the momentum on it, and of course, he also had some plays on defense. So again, Luke Reed is the Terry Kilgore Blue Devil of the game. Now that's separate from our premier pharmacy players of the game. Again, those will be announced on Tuesday. But again,
and other players that possibly could have got it. We don't want to leave any of them out, but was Logan Tomlinson. Think about Drew's punting tonight. Drew Vermillion's punting. He even went in there when Sally got hurt right there and took a couple snaps, got a first down, or got a couple snaps right there and wasn't able to get the first down for him. But, I think Drew's longest punt tonight was 61 yards, which flipped the field.
So, and it really kept South out of the end zone at the end of the first half, which kept the game closer. Again, gave Gate City opportunity when they got into the second half, but again, turnovers and a couple of things didn't go their way, and ended up on the south side of the score of 28-13. And again,
we wanted South to be on the south side, but it didn't quite work tonight. But talking about the game tonight, we didn't really, we haven't talked to Coach yet or any of the players, but it didn't look like we had any injuries. It looked like they were even if it was hot. It was very hot here tonight, but the cramp didn't seem much cramping up tonight. And I think as time goes on, and it's starting to get a little cooler, but the players are getting more acclimated to the that's one of those big words.
Acclimated, that's a new word.
Used to it. Used to the heat and the four quarters of the game. And I actually believe we got the ability to play more players tonight, and it just didn't get worn down tonight like we had in the previous games. So, South's a good team. South's a big team. They're 4A here in Tennessee, which is about the same size as Abingdon that we face. So, and again, we talked about next week, we take on Daniel Boone, another 4A team. But that game will be at home, and we'll be excited to be back to Legion Field, like you said. But with our three home games being Daniel Boone, Union, and that little team down the road.
Exactly. So some games that just went final. Farragut has knocked off Oak Ridge 20-14.
Wow, Farragut
has beat Oak Ridge. Happy Valley completes the upset 27-14. Big ball game. Bland County 35-0 over Northwood. Union again. Letcher County. That game's 34-7. Cloudland 68-30. Again, 98 points scored in that ball game. Alcoa has completed their upset 34-28 over Maryville. Hampton 14-13. Again, last report was over Gatlinburg Pittman, and Eastside is still trailing Patrick Henry. That's 31-20. That game only in the second quarter because of the lightning delay. And we've got, even though we're Gate City Sports Radio, we've got the player of the game, Luke Pollock. Absolutely. My pen ran out. I couldn't keep up with all your yards tonight, so I apologize about that. Congratulations on a big win.
Thanks, sir.
Now, so what did you see that Gate City did that gave you problems, but then what are some things that you saw that you were able to exploit and be able to get out on the corners like you did?
They're definitely a real physical team that gave us fits all night. We came out to a slow start, but they took away the sweep. I'm sure they anticipated the quarterback sweep, ran it a ton the game before. They ended up taking that away, and our running back, Julian, he played really well for us, and we got a lot of blocks up front. But nothing but respect for Gate City. I love this matchup every single year.
And hopefully, again, we talk about the consolidation talk and everything coming up. Hopefully, it doesn't take place, and we get to continue this.
Yeah,
it's a great it is a great rivalry. Yeah. Love playing you all. So you're all 3-1 now. Where do you go from here? What's your schedule look like, and what have you got coming up the next few weeks?
We've got Central next week. We're just looking ahead the next week, 1 week at a time, trying to get the next win.
So all right. So the my brain froze. Sorry about that. You all started with Daniel Boone. Of course, you all outgained Daniel Boone. We play them next week. What can you tell us about Daniel Boone that maybe we should be looking forward? What's some things about them that we can maybe carry into the game?
Definitely Daniel Boone. They're a real good football team. That running back Charlie Cole, he's an absolute beast. We struggled to stop him, but I thought that if we would have executed, maybe the game goes either way. I felt like it was a lot closer than it really ended up with.
Again, you all outgained them on the ground. I mean, everywhere except the scoreboard. So, looking at your alls again, the playoff. I know it's pretty early. Who are some teams down the road that you're going to be looking at that's sort of going to be obstacles in terms of getting you all into the playoffs and some success?
We got a really strong conference, Elizabethton and Greenville. That's two of the best teams in the area. But we're just looking to compete every week, and hopefully we got more numbers on our side of the scoreboard every week.
So are you going to go ahead and guarantee victories against the Greenvilles or the Elizabethton? Do you want to go ahead? No, don't do anything like that.
No, we're going to compete. We're just going to play our very best, and whatever happens, happens.
Last question again. Being a senior, this time next year, where's Luke Pollock?
Hopefully I'll be able to come back and watch. I'm not really looking at playing in college ball. I'm kind of going for education, but I'm going to miss everything every day. I just know it's coming to an end, and I just try to appreciate every single opportunity I get.
I'm a former Emory Henry alumni. Any way I can get you in the blue and gold?
I don't know what I have to say.
Again, I do want to appreciate. Thank you for taking a couple minutes with me. Again, that's Luke Pollock, Sullivan South quarterback. Good luck to you, and like I said, give him heck all the way down the road.
All right, thank you.
All right. Again, that is Luke Pollock, sensational quarterback from Sullivan South. We're going to take a quick break. Come back. We're going to wrap everything up with the scoreboard, with all the scores we've got. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Proudly representing Southwest Virginia in the House of Delegates for the last 24 years, Terry Kilgore continues to strive and work hard for others. Just like our Gate City Blue Devils proudly represents our school, our town, and community. Delegate Kilgore, a proud Gate City alumni himself, wants to thank the residents of the 1st District for their trust and support over the years as he's continued to voice our needs and concerns in Richmond to make our region a tremendous place to live and work. And on behalf of Delegate Kilgore and his family and staff, they say, Go Big Blue!
I've been having pain in my knees and back, and nothing seems to help.
Call Premier Pharmacy.
I've been having hot flashes, feeling stressed, and have no energy. I wonder what's going on.
Call Premier Pharmacy.
I had breast surgery, and I want to do something about the scar.
Call Premier Pharmacy.
This has been the worst year for my allergies and sinuses.
Call Premier Pharmacy at 423-245-1022. Located at 109 Jack White Drive in Kingsport and accepting all insurances. Call to find out more or stop by for a free consultation.
Ken Russell's Barbershop wants to wish the Gate City Blue Devils the best for a great season and wants to thank all the Blue Devil fans, alumni, and students for their patronage over the last 30 years. And to look your best at the next Blue Devil sporting event, stop by and see Ken and Joey on your way to the game. They are located on Lynn Garden Drive in Kingsport next to Collins Auto Center. Proud supporters of local athletics for almost 4 decades, Ken and Joey Russell say, Go Big Blue!
And we're back to wrap things up here in the post-game show. Again, live from Sullivan South High School, 28-13 was the final. Again, great ball game, and wish Sullivan South the best moving forward in their conference. And again, want to say thank you to Luke Pollock, who spent a few minutes with us here talking. Great young man. Of course, he played a great football game against us tonight. He ran and ran and ran. He's like, run, Forrest, run, and he did.
That's
He was
right.
absolutely so.
But like you said, a very nice young man, very cordial young man, and he's got his future plans. He said was to go to college. He's already looking